Right, good morning. My name's Scott. I'm from just outside Glasgow in Scotland. I train with Giles. Been coming to camp since like 2015. This is my first time teaching. Very excited. Thank you all for coming. This is kind of intimidating, the amount of you. But yeah, we'll have fun. The class is called Stupid Things to Troll Your Friends With. I offered you a choice of that or two moves that I'm actually okay at, and you chose the dumb shit. So we'll have some fun. We'll do a wee bit of theory first as to why I think this stuff works, and then get into just doing dumb stuff. This is going to be very much like we'll do 3 moves over the course of an hour, and then we'll fit in more dumb things as we go. But yeah, I'll get 3 moves that I want to do, and then we'll fill the rest of the time with other fun things. Okay? I'll grab Giles for a moment. Please assume tabletop position. So, there are many strange comparisons between life and jiu-jitsu. I like to compare humans to tables when it comes to doing sweeps and breaking down turtles. A table, if you've ever had to build furniture and move it about, tables are very strong in this situation only. If you wanted to flip a table over, you'd basically have to take 2 legs and flip it all the way. But if you take away one leg, if I can get Giles to lift this up, the table still stays standing, but if you can start pushing it over this leg, it'll break down. So if I put a lot of pressure this way, Giles will tilt, or if I lift up the diagonal corner, we can flip them over. So that is the basis of the reversals that we're going to look at over this next hour. Okay? They kind of rely on your opponent making mistakes, so if you can force the mistakes while you're scrambling, that's good. But sometimes people just give you this, and then you can exploit it. Okay? So the first one. If Giles takes a front headlock on me, so he's got arm on the chin and arm coming around, you'll see he's locked his hands together, and he's starting to shoot this elbow somewhat deep. Let's turn around so the camera, Giles. Can do this. It's my better side as well. This elbow's already somewhat deep. I'm just going to wrap around and keep his elbow out the floor. So now if Giles wants to put his hand on the mat to make that tabletop position, he's going to find it difficult. So I want to flip him over that shoulder. The way I'm going to do that is doing a sit out, a sit through, peek out, whatever it's called, towards this hip. But I keep this elbow pinched in towards me the whole time. So posting this hand, posting this foot, and this knee is going to replace where this hand is. That takes Giles over. Okay? The fun bit, which people get really annoyed with, is if this grip is at all weak, we can just go for like an Aikido Steven Seagal style arm lock, and you go, ah, while you're doing it, and then they get really annoyed. Okay? So we wrap around this elbow, force up, make a big sit through. If there's any weakness at all in this grip, or if they release, and we hit that. There is a more sort of realistic, serious follow-up as well, where we sit through, and we just start looking for our partner's hips, knees with this forearm, and follow them up on top, and take a control. Fun one with this is if your partner starts looking for a dash from the turtle position, the Giles moves around to start looking for arm in choke. That's an anaconda, Giles. Thanks, mate. They're already feeding this elbow through further and starting to give you the position that you want. So it's just the same. You wrap the elbow, sit through, either come on top or snatch the arm. Okay? I am a clapper. The way that I do it is I go 1, 2, clap. So we'll try 1 and then we'll do it for real, okay? 1, 2. Right, go try it. 1, 2.
Like release the hand or reach?
It's the other arm that you want. It's the one under your armpit. You reach around like that. Yeah. Other way, other way. So sit through this way. Yep. Okay. Walking around, that looked good. Only one comment I would make is when you're wrapping around this arm, make sure you get really deep and above the elbow. If I'm doing it here below his wrist, I'm just not going to get enough purchase to really get anything. Giles isn't really pinned here. Your shoulders can move. He'll scramble up on top and probably win. Okay, so make sure you wrap this elbow with the leg. He comes through. You've got weight in that shoulder. It becomes hard for your partner to move. That's why the armbar kind of works as well. Okay, wrist lock as well, obviously. Okay, so another sort of thing that we might find here is when our partner tries to go behind us. So they don't really want to just feed that arm in. Maybe we've hit them with this a couple of times and they decide, I'll go behind you instead. Front headlock's out. So Giles is going to do a bad go behind for us. He starts to come up and I'll grab this leg as he comes halfway. Okay? I'm a lot larger than Giles, so I can just fireman him from here, but we'll go through how you do it if your partner's similar size as well. Main thing is I'm pulling this elbow down and I'm just going to lift him up onto my shoulders. We continue the turn and put our partner down nice and gently. Okay?
Thank you.
So the partner's getting lazy with her go behind, starts coming up. It's not so much that we're trying to lift with this leg, it's all pulling the arm. My posture's kind of shitty here, so I'll step and I get more into a traditional kaguruma, fireman's carry pose. Is Giles getting scared now? This knee drops and we can take him over the top. Okay? It's very much upper body. You don't need like arm wrestler strength or anything to start throwing people from here. It's position and it's posture. One more. You just like seeing Giles getting thrown, don't you? So partner just lazily starts walking around us and we just have the time to put this arm in the middle. Leg up, knee down, and we just take him over the top. Any questions? I'm very short-sighted, so please someone decide on behalf of the group, yes or no. No, I heard a no. Let's go for it. 1, 2. So mostly good, but enough things worth bringing it back into troubleshoot. We'll just kind of go through a couple of bits that me and Giles talk about. Number one, so Giles starts coming around, is people grabbing onto this leg for dear life. This isn't a like leg throw, it's not a single leg or anything. This is more just to guide you into place. You could just put your hand next to your partner's foot if you really wanted to, and the throw would still work. Like I'm lifting them up onto my shoulders and taking them over. So don't focus too much on the leg. Focus more just about using that as a guide to pull yourself in deep enough. And then the reason that I'm like bringing this leg up to step is that when this drops, see how that brings Giles up onto my shoulders? So it's all very much in this big pull here. And then the last bit is just taking him over the top. That makes sense? Anything else, you, sir?
I just make sure people got good posture, because if you go the one, she'll drop that.
Good posture as well. Thank you, Giles. So, don't want anyone getting hurt, and your throw doesn't really work. See if you come in like this. I'm not very strong in this position, ready to throw. Got to be head up, chest up, and now when I pull, I can lose my balance slightly, try to demonstrate, but you get the idea, right? So it's that sort of position. Okay?
Where are your eyes at during this move?
My hands.
You're looking anywhere? You're looking forward the whole time, or you don't care?
My Let's see where my eyes are. Yeah, to be fair. This comes up. So I'm just kind of looking straight ahead, pull my shoulders back. If I look too far up, that hurts my neck. So I don't do that. Bring them down. And then it's like almost looking to the other ceiling. So we'll go. So it's just one big rotation. That answer somewhat. Good. We will try that same move a couple more times and then we'll move on. Okay? 1, 2.
Big view. That's nice.
Oh, good. It takes a wee bit of getting used to do this. It's my favourite move, so I kind of just look for it everywhere. I think it's one of the funniest things you can do is hoist a grown man on your shoulders and then throw them. And then, like, especially if you make eye contact quickly afterwards, to be like, like you were in a really good position and then you did that, and then it's fun. Next we'll do. I don't know the actual name for it. In Glasgow we call it the fat man roll because it's typically done by heavyweights. It's when your partner finds you on the side at turtle rather than like riding as if Martin was doing the other day, covering the hip. Maybe catch them mid-transition, but old school sort of reversal. This hand comes in a wee bit too deep, or perhaps they're playing the whole jiu-jitsu seatbelt backtake thing. Either way, we want to take this hand and just like we did in the first drill, move around the drill. We pinch it in towards our side, and I'm going to roll over this shoulder and throw this elbow up. Yeah. Roll gels over. And then I put all of my rib weight on him and make him make noises. He's kind of stuck with this arm. Especially like when you're in the gi and there's a bit more friction, you're less slippy, you can keep this arm for a wee while and proper just crush your partner. And it's good fun. But again, it's like you were in a good spot and then you did something silly. Okay. Generally you don't find this sort of turtle. Like if we're just playing guard, Giles does like a Toriando pass or something, and that's up and run away. A lot of times this arm's here, where he's grabbing at my hip to try and slow me down. I just catch the arm, continue coming up, and risk breaking my glasses to show a move. Okay? So, if you like a chess analogy, it's like in the opening, your partner's like, they're all opening, they move their queen out. Don't notice your knight just sitting there. Thank you very much. And you're ready just to take them over. Your mileage with this one may vary based on size discrepancy between you and your partner. If you're 60 kilos and they're 100, yeah, maybe not. But if you're like within about 25 kilos of each other, you generally find good timing for this, but sometimes there's only so much that a roll can do. One more, or are you good to give that a try?
One more.
One more. Do it this way, this thing. So if Giles just does some sort of guard passing, this hand stays out, I start turning for my turtle. He doesn't pull this hand away. We just roll and take him over. And then crush. Okay? Give that a go. 1, 2.
I'll ta hand in there. Yeah, the foot's okay.
So that was the 3 moves I wanted to cover. You all did very well, and I've got about 15 minutes left, so I'll squeeze in 1, maybe 2 more. My class, I'll do what I want. Okay, so a submission from Side Control, which is fun to do. I saw it on Paulo Meao's Instagram about a year ago and thought, nah, no way. But having some success with it, so it's good fun, and I would like you to try it. So it comes off of when our partner's coming up on their side, chasing a sort of underhook escape. I'll start showing the darts to threaten something and make them consider the life choices. But what I do is get this arm up past the sort of line of my hip, as if we're going towards like a normal arm in choke. I don't want the darts. We can sell that and make them think about it. Oftentimes people try to raise their elbow to defend the darts. So what we'll do is we'll go with that pressure and I sort of lock elbow to elbow with Giles. With the gi on, perfect chance to grab a collar to lock it in. But for now, we'll just grab our chest. And what I do is I step over his head, grab my own thigh, sit back over his head, foot in the hip, and he follows me up. And we found a nice burrata platter that he might have not seen coming. To get the finish, we'll start hipping around partner's body. If that's not quite enough, we'll start looking to scoop under the leg, scoop under the shoulder, whatever we can do to cut that angle and get the finish. Okay. So Giles starts coming up on his side. I'll punch down as if I'm looking for a das. I can feel him defending, lifting his elbow. I lock in elbow to elbow, step over his head and grab my own thigh. Sitting off to the side on this hip now. Sitting on his head basically. Foot comes to the hip. I'm making a nice rotation and get the finish. It comes on fast, so like rotate slowly. When you're sparring, if your partner doesn't see it, be aware they might put themselves into it and hurt themselves. Just because of the speed that you sometimes find yourself sitting at. One more. It's fast, this bit, generally here. And it just comes on. Okay, give that a go. 1, 2. So, that's pretty much the end of the class now. I'll show one more move in Giles, which if you ever hit it anywhere, I want you to get a photo and send it to me, because I'll like send you money to buy a beer or something. It'll just be fun. Grab Giles, can go single leg X. This absolutely doesn't work, but I want you to try anyway. Okay, so we all know like it's very in vogue to like backstep and like bolo versus this stuff, but it also sets up one of the coolest moves in history, which is Bret the Hitman's Hart's Sharpshooter. So we can bring this foot across, and as this foot came off, we bring it over the top and catch the knee. Okay? And with a little bit of uke participation, he'll turn to his belly as I turn this leg. Gently apply pressure. Okay? Guys, this has been, not to sound Bernardo, a huge honour for me. Been coming to camps for a long time, and it's really, really cool to finally get to teach everyone. So thank you so much for coming to train with me. If you want to go through any more stuff like that, grab me at the open mats. Can I please take a picture to show my mum? Thanks, guys.